Everything was alright. Out of town, I was booking in flights. Finishing for a night, wow. I got star riding. All they got, yeah.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I am your host Cap, aka Capri, and after showing the very first reel of this here video on behalf of the woman that happened to be at a singles event, which happened to be at a bar / nightclub, if you factor in brothers on behalf of watching the Kendra G show, I mean, I know it's most likely more popular with women by having a woman host. Nevertheless, for some of you fellas who may have came across some shorts of the Kendra G show, where it may have been on either Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, this would explain exactly why a lot of us are not attending these events in such record numbers or high numbers. Instead, more women are doing so. One reason why is due to how so many of you women come to the dating market already with quote unquote baggage. And that baggage is usually having kids already from a previous relationship, or in most instances, relationships, due to how so many of you don't believe in having kids before marriage, much less having kids by the same man, which makes your value even more lower in the dating market. On top of that, a lot of us fellas, ladies, have to deal with so many of you being masculine, having masculine tendencies, such as this here sister I'm about to show, and this here TikTok reel, who has a pretty visible tattoo across her chest. Not only that, but having to deal with so many of you wearing fake hair, which this sister happens to wear. And this here reel I'm about to show, having the deal with a lot of you wearing so much makeup instead of showing your natural beauty. I mean, it's already bad enough having to deal with you wearing fake hair, especially when some of you may literally have no hair on your head at all. On top of that, having to deal with a lot of y'all funky attitudes, because you can't even just open the door whenever we may walk into a building at the same time and be courteous enough and much more of a gentleman enough to open the door for you and give you the right of way inside the building. We can't even much do that anymore without you frowning up at us, or without you not saying anything back to us due to your high sense of female entitlement and your sense of arrogance. A lot of you, and the killing part about it is, speaking of the arrogant aspect, some of you could be working at a restaurant at the drive-through of a fast chain restaurant, making barely $10, $11 an hour, but still may feel like you're too good to say thanks to the average brother whom you may wait on at the drive-through. And these, whether you know it or not, more reasons why guys are shying away from you females. On top of that, having to deal with take you out on dates, dinner dates, and having to be made a fool out of, having to deal with being finessed by being tricked out of having to pay for the most expensive items on the menu, when whichever restaurant we may use to take you to, whether it may be at an all-you-can-eat buffet or usually a fine dining restaurant. In most cases, a fine dining restaurant, because the prices of the food, the kinds of food at those restaurants could go up to as high as $200. Even having a deal, and speaking of take you out to fine dining restaurants, if you becoming even more selective on where you would like to go out on dates to, because due to the, I would say, the Cheesecake Factory lady from a few years ago who went viral for not wanting to go out on a date to the Cheesecake Factory due to how she felt like she was too good to be taken to a restaurant of that regard. These are just to give a few examples. On top of that, having to deal with having or being, I start to say something else. I just put it this way: being intimate with you without protection and eventually getting you pregnant, only to take the DNA test, and the DNA test in most cases used to turn out negative, because judging from statistics, and during the year of 2023, between January to March of 2023, over 65% of DNA tests came back negative. These are a few instances, a few examples, ladies, of why men are choosing to more and more shy away from going to these kinds of events, and also due to fear of being labeled as a creep or creepy as well. You same women who like to go on social media to complain about how you never get approached by men anymore in person, only for men to approach you in person, but you to label him as creepy and go out of your way to brush him off, give him a cold shoulder, so to speak. Anyways, let me go ahead and show this TikTok reel here, because I have already said a mouthful of this here lady, semi beautiful lady, complaining about men not liking to go to brunches. You could also call them singles events.
And like brunches.
Y'all got to start coming to these brunches. That's where all the pretty girls be at, literally, with their little colorful outfits. They take their hoodies off, their t-shirts off, and then that's what they be. All the working class women, nice nurses and stuff. Like, y'all be missing out. Y'all got to start coming to the brunches. Y'all love the gym shoes at night, but y'all don't want to come where the ladies be at, pretty and just ready to mingle. Come on, fellas. Like, I need the fellas, man. Is what I'm doing something wrong? I just want to know why men don't be coming to brunches.
And after looking at this here sister, like I said, first and foremost, she's wearing fake hair. She's also wearing a lot of makeup. On top of that, she has a pretty visible tattoo on her front chest. I guarantee you, fellas, if you were to take a woman out on a date of this here caliber, because she comes across as somewhat of a hood rat, I guarantee you that even if she comes across as a hood rat, she still would try to do all she could to finesse a brother out of a meal, not just a free meal, but have him go out. She would go out of her way by using her shape, because she seems to be pretty shapely up top, pretty, as some of us will say, busted up top, after showing the cleavage she showed in this here video, which makes her appear that much more lower in value and trashy. I guarantee you, fellas, if you were to take a woman out like this or this here caliber, she would go out of her way to finesse you and paying for the highest items on the menu at a fine dining restaurant. Specifically, if you were to take her out to the fine dining restaurant. On top of that, she will be repeatedly texting someone else who most likely may be another man who she may plan on hooking up with, especially if she may find you as pretty lame or corny. And in some cases, a man who could be staying with her, who she's taking care of, a man who won't be contributing in it at all throughout the whole entire relationship. And mainly will be just sponging or leeching off of her. A guy in most cases who would fit the description of a Ray Ray, a Pookie, or Octavius. I also guarantee you throughout the whole entire event that it will be awkward silences, very much so. On top of that, her taking selfies repeatedly of the food throughout every meal she would have throughout the date. And even if you wanted to take a selfie with her, a date selfie, or a dinner date selfie, however you like to classify it as, gentlemen, she may be open to doing so, only to crop you completely out of the picture and make it seem like she went on a date all by herself. Anyways.
Part 2 of why men don't come to brunches.
That I got of angry black men dogging us out so bad, saying how we want y'all to pay for stuff and just the lies. If I'm inviting you to a brunch, that means me and my girls already got our tickets and our tables. What do we need your stuff for? What's that little money gonna do? Majority of the women making more money anyway. So why would I care for that? All I said was we want to hang with y'all. Why I can't say we want to hang with the black men? Why can't the black men come enjoy a brunch with us and chill and just eat and have a good time? You be home by 6 and watch the game. Why would y'all rather choose being with all men? I never seen a world where men be so thirsty to just be with men and not women. And complain when women invite y'all to something. We just want to have a good time with y'all. Why y'all so mad at us? That's so weird. And we the same skin. We supposed to be hanging together anyway, not against each other. It sounds like y'all don't like us. Answer that. Do y'all like black women still? What do we do? Because I know I ain't did no bad stuff to black men. Like, I love black men. I ain't never even dated a white man before. I'm so loyal. Understand that. Please. We just want y'all to hang with us. That's it. Have fun with us. What's wrong with that?
Part 2 of
Now, about you complaining and making a second part of why men don't come to brunches. Once again, lady, us brothers, us black men are beginning more and more due to, thank goodness, social media, your BS, from having to face a chance of being either ghosted before the date we were to set up with you, if not usually before the date, then usually after the date, or having to deal with being blocked right before the date, either right before the date and we were to meet up with you, or in some instance right after the date, on if not through calling you or texting you, text your phone user through social media, because more people nowadays prefer meeting through social media as opposed to how they used to back in the days, the pre-social media days. Anyways, there should be one more clip to show and then I'm out.
went to a singles mixer, and only women showed up. Went to a singles mixer.
Now, let me go back to StreamYard. And like always, make sure you like, share, comment, last not least, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, I'm out.